All right, good evening, everybody. Happy Saturday night. We are live chatting about how hot this weather has been. And if you can take a look, right here is showing the amount of heat we've seen so far this summer. Contrasting and comparing both summers, right? Incredible. 2022 last year and this year. And keep in mind, these numbers are reflecting, at least for this year's 2023, afternoon high, afternoon low, and rainfall is year to date, or at least the start of summer to date. So summer started on June 20th this year, and you can see based on average highs and average lows, it's been incredibly hot. As a matter of fact, take a look. 2023's average high has been 101 degrees, almost 100 degrees every single day this summer. Last year, when you average it all out, from June to August into September, when summer ended last year, the average high was 97.8. So we still have August and the half of September to go. So we still have a lot of time to either bring this number up or bring this number down, but it's been incredibly hot for summer to date. Average high temperatures. The average low has been probably right around 2022's low temperature for the summer season. And look at our rainfall. This is not good, guys. Last year's summer season produced 3.62 inches of rain. This year, we're at 0.22, not even up to a quarter of an inch. So we are way behind schedule. And a lot of this has really been, because of high pressure just strengthening right overhead over Texas, Arizona, New Mexico. Pretty much all of the South and northern Mexico has been where this high has just been wobbling back and forth, but not really loosening its grip or weakening at all. And you can see by this month alone has been one of the hottest Julys on record. I don't know where it ranks. We're going to take a look at that a little later. But notice these last 3 weeks have been nothing but 100-degree days. I mean, you can see since the start of July, starting on the 8th, we had 15 consecutive days at or above 100 degrees. Today it was only 99, but that's not saying much. It still was hot. But before that, the entire work week was at 100 or hotter. Earlier on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. 27 days above normal. It has been a very hot July, and not much is likely going to change as we progress into August, which, by the way, starts on Tuesday. Okay, so 99 was the high today. Normal is 96. Today's record, daily record, was set back in 2017 at 104. 5 degrees away from that. Right now outside on this Saturday night, we are trending in the 80s and 90s. Helotes, not too bad at 82. 94 at Lackland, 87 at Stockdale, and we're at 89 at Hondo, 93 at Moore. Zooming out, you'll see mid-90s across the Rio Grande, mid-80s from George West to Beeville, same thing in Victoria, and about 87 at Seguin. Now, it was quiet on radar today. Sometimes this time of year we can get sea breeze showers going from the Gulf of Mexico, from the beach, but we didn't see much. We saw a few near Victoria, Beeville, Seadrift, Bay City earlier this evening, but really fell apart by the time they made it anywhere near us, unfortunately. We could use some rain. We're in desperate need. As you saw on that summer graphic, we're only at 0.22 inches of rain for the entire summer season, where last year they picked up 3.5 inches of rain in the entire summer 2022 season. So we're behind schedule. We need more rain. And on top of that is dust. So terrible combination, right? Very hot air at the surface. Right above that, aloft, is a little bit of Saharan dust. Good news. By tomorrow morning, it should start to move out. I would say by lunchtime, it disperses pretty widespread, and most of it moves farther north into West Texas, North Texas, near Dallas and Fort Worth and Oklahoma, thanks to where this ridge of high pressure is setting up right over Texas. And that's going to help kind of clear it out and move a lot of that atmospheric dust farther north. So that's the good news. Aside from that, tomorrow's forecast, a lot like today in the last several days, up to about 100 to 101. Here in the San Antonio Metro, sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:52. Sunset around 8:30 tomorrow night with a southwest wind 5 to 15 miles an hour. Watch this high pressure, how it evolves and progresses over the next 4 to 5 days. It remains right over Texas. And what that translates to is just more clear skies, a lot of sunshine, summer-like weather, and tremendous heat. As you saw in the July graphic, on that summer graphic, it looks like as we move into August, this new month, it's going to be very similar. And when you have high pressure right overhead, it's okay when it's to the west or to the east. We still say hot, but at least that keeps the door open for chances for rain. When it's right over Texas, that just suppresses any chance for rain, any chance for clouds to bubble up and produce showers and storms. And that's why over the next 7 days through pretty much early next week, we don't have any chance for rain. It remains very dry and just very hot in the foreseeable future. Sometimes we look to the tropics this time of year to get some rain, especially if it moves into the Gulf of Mexico and then towards the coast. But right now it is quiet in the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf. It is generally dry. Now to the Atlantic, we have this INVEST. Remember, INVEST stands for Investigative Area, and the Hurricane Center designates these numbers to it, 90 to 99, and you'll see it's given the number INVEST 96L, and the L is given when it's in the Atlantic Ocean. So INVEST, Investigative Area 96L in the Atlantic Basin, far from land, as you can see, not too impressive. It has some storms wrapping around its low pressure center. As we zoom in, the convection starting to kind of die out with that diurnal heating kind of at the nighttime. We don't see much in the way of storm activity, but if you can see from atop, some storm action on that northeastern side from earlier today with the heating of the day. Now, as you can see with this kind of forecasted area, it does have a high chance of development into becoming Tropical Storm Emily. However, it will remain at sea. Forecast guidance has it drifting farther north, remaining just an Atlantic Ocean storm, even far away from Bermuda, which is good news for them and the Caribbean islands for the next several days. But again, it's hurricane season. Remember, August and September is climatologically the busiest time of year, so we're not even in that peak yet. So far this year, since June 1st, when the season started, we've seen 4 named storms. One of those was a hurricane. That was Hurricane Don, but fizzled out in the Atlantic. And so far, we haven't seen any landfalls this year, which is, again, good. But once again, to reiterate, August and September is when you hit the peak of amount of tropical storms and hurricanes in the Atlantic Basin, so we'll always have to watch out for that. Okay, 7-day forecast, 101 tomorrow, 103 on Monday, and very similar every day going forward. It may even get hotter Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as high pressure moves overhead. We're forecasting about 102, but it could be easily 103 to 105, and then when you add in the humidity, it could be a lot hotter than that, so get ready for a lot of heat for this upcoming week as we progress into the new month of August. Hey there, Shell. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday night. We're doing okay here in the KENS 5 Weather Center. It's just quiet. It's just hot. And just to reiterate, when we started, we talked about the summer comparison. If you're just joining us, it's been obviously a hot summer. One of the hottest on record, I guess you could say. We've been keeping records since 1880. And when you kind of average that out and average out last year's numbers, last year, the entire summer, the high temperature was around 97.8. The morning low was around 76.2. From the start of summer until now, it's been about 101 for high temperature and about the same compared to last year at 77.8. The real big number obviously is the high temperature average, but also when you compare yearly rainfalls. Summer 2022 produced over 3.5 inches of rain. We're not even up to a quarter. We still have August to go. A little bit of September. This year, I believe summer ends on September 21st or September 23rd. That'll be the onset of the fall season or the fall equinox. That's when it officially starts, around September 21st, 23rd. So we have until then to catch up, but we're way behind schedule. We're only at 0.22 in San Antonio for summer season rainfall. That is not good, and we could certainly use a lot more. We'll keep it on the 7-day for a little bit longer, guys, right there, and we'll leave it on there for the next 30 seconds or so. Have a wonderful Saturday night. Be careful this weekend, and temperatures remain very hot, around 100 to 105 likely for the next 4 to 5 days as this heat wave continues to crank in all this summer heat.